Freezes over. Lindsey Graham boards the Trump train, issues grave new threat to Hillary colluders. Lindsey Graham has called for a second special counsel to investigate the Mueller witch hunt. Additionally, Graham has spearheaded the subpoena for 1.2 million documents from the Clinton email scandal. Okay, Maria asked Graham about the special second counsel. Let's just watch it here instead of me repeating what they're saying. Where's the sound? Sorry about that.
You and your colleagues in judiciary just heard from Devin Nunes this morning, and we know that you and your colleagues in judiciary, as well as Devin Nunes' committee, have been stonewalled for months and months. Obviously, Bob Goodlatte and your committee have now subpoenaed the documents in the Hillary Clinton investigation. What do you want to see? I mean, 1.2 million documents is what you've requested. You've only gotten 3,000 of them from the FBI.
Well, I want more information. I want to be able to prove that the FBI investigation of the Clinton email scandal was a sham. That the lead investigator, the lead FBI agent, hated Trump, supportive of Clinton. They whitewashed the email scandal. If you had done what she had done, you'd probably be in jail now. And to hold the FBI accountable for not doing their job correctly, that Comey, I think the fix was in. And when it comes to the dossier that was used by the Department of Justice to get a warrant against Carter Page, it was prepared by a paid informant of the Democratic Party, a foreign agent with ties to Russia. It is completely unverified, and it should never have been used as a basis for a FISA warrant. And I want a special counsel to look at all of this like Mueller's looking at Trump.
Yeah, I mean, they used that dossier as a reason to get the warrant to wiretap, and they didn't tell the FISA judge that, in fact, the Democrats paid for it, that it was a political opponent paying for that dossier.
And here's the question. How much effort did the FBI put into verifying the dossier? I can tell you the answer, none. Steele had worked with the FBI in the past. They took the dossier for face value. They never did anything to verify it, and we can tell you now in March of 2018, it is still unverified. It is a bunch of political garbage fed to Steele by the Russians to embarrass the president. It was used to get a warrant, and every American should be concerned about how the FISA process was abused here.
You would think so. At this point, the Michael Horowitz IG report, we're waiting on the IG report. Yeah. What is it going to tell us?
I think it's going to tell us that the Department of Justice and the FBI ran a lot of stop signs when it comes to the FISA process, that the Clinton email investigation was unprofessionally handled. There was a bias, that the FBI got off track. The Department of Justice used information to get a warrant that was highly unreliable, and they need to reform their business practices. But he can't subpoena people outside the Department of Justice. He has no ability to prosecute people. And I really believe that Mr. Steele may have committed a crime here. He told a British court that he shared the dossier with the world press. He told the FBI he never shared the information with media outlets. Right. What I want to know is, did the FBI agents in question, who are outliers in terms of the FBI, did they come up with an insurance policy to help guarantee an outcome of an election? If that's true, if they were even thinking about doing that, that scares me as much as anything Russia's ever done.
Well, that is an incredible abuse of power. Do you think we're going to see any accountability here, Senator?
If we don't, it will be a terrible day for the system. The Department of Justice cannot investigate itself. Yeah. You're going to have somebody come in with fresh view of this, has nobody to reward, nobody to punish. The Inspector General is limited institutionally as to what he can do, but I am really intent on having new eyes look at what happened in the Department of Justice and the FBI, because they can't investigate themselves.
So when will we know whether or not we're getting a second special counsel?
I can't believe it's taken this long.
Yeah.
Look what we know. We know that Steele lied about the role he played in handling the dossier. We know that the FBI agent in charge of the Clinton email investigation was a complete political hack. We know that information was whitewashed, and we know that Comey had made a decision to let her off long before he said he did. So there's a political bias here that needs to be looked at, and there's potential crimes. I'm not saying take Lindsey Graham's word for it. I'm saying pick somebody independent of the Department of Justice to do what we're doing in the Mueller case.
Let me go to the Taylor Force Act. You
Sure.
introduced this act. This is obviously important in terms of the Palestinian Authority and what they're doing. Tell us about the Taylor Force Act.
The best way to tell you about the Taylor Force Act is to tell you about Taylor Force. Taylor Force was a West Point graduate. His parents live in South Carolina. He served a tour of duty in Afghanistan and Iraq. He was studying in Israel as a graduate student, went out to dinner one night, came out of the restaurant, stabbed to death by a Palestinian terrorist. The man who stabbed him was killed by the Israeli Defense Forces. The body was sent back to Ramallah in the West Bank. He was welcomed as a hero. His family, the terrorist family, received a lump sum payment from the Palestinian Authority, free benefits, free education for life for his family members. And this bill stops all taxpayer-funded assistance. American tax dollars will no longer be given to the Palestinian Authority until they change their laws rewarding their young people for killing Jews and Americans.
Well, will you be able to say categorically there will be no more payments to terrorists coming out of the Palestinian Authority? Will we even know?
We have two laws in place. If martyr payments are deducted against the aid we already provide, but Taylor Force has suspended all Palestinian Authority aid until they change their laws, enticing their young people to commit acts of terrorism. The Palestinian Authority, as a government entity, pays people to kill Jews and Americans and holds them up to be martyrs. This is probably the biggest change in 20 years in terms of how the American government relates to the Palestinians, and it's long overdue.
All right, we will leave it there. Senator, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks.
Well, there you have it, folks. They're getting to the bottom of it. They've got, the rats are trying to run now, but they can't hide for too long. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.